Mike Murphy, John Murphy here. We both have the distinct pleasure to have Hawken Lord with us. Hawken is the founder of Edgewater Strategy Group, and he's also a graduate from Cornell University and MBA from Harvard. Smart guy. So welcome, Hawken. Good to see you.
Likewise, appreciate it. Good to see you, John. Good to see you, Mike.
Hawken, let's give the audience a quick 2-second about what Edgewater Strategy Group does.
Yeah, we're a boutique M&A firm. We essentially become the third arm for deal teams. We help private equity firms or just regular corporations execute M&A work. And from that, a natural service evolved, which is Office of the CFO. So after we help execute an M&A project, we can plug in with the FP&A team and help you build out the reporting packages and the cash flows, anything that you need to make sure that you have a good investment.
Sounds like it's an exciting time for you at this time.
Yes, we are pretty busy. A lot of new business coming in. It seems like a lot of pent-up demand has finally come to the market. And so I'm working on increasing my capacity internally with the firm and making sure that everyone's ramped up to execute at the Edgewater standard.
So Hawken, you and I met almost a year ago. It was December of 23. And we got on a call. We were introduced by Chris Cheney. And when you hopped on the call with us, you were thinking about seeing what we could do. How was business? How was deal flow at the time?
Yeah, 23 was especially the second half of 23 was a little slow. That was just generally across the industry. Now, as a new startup, we were obviously craving for new business and making sure we could execute the new business. So I was looking for somehow to expand beyond my network. Obviously, I have a decent network from working in the industry for many years and from my school colleagues. But private equity is so large. M&A is such a big industry. I needed a way to expand beyond where I currently sat. And so when you guys came up, I thought that was very interesting. Wanted to check you guys out and see if it could be a good fit for us.
Yeah, I remember our meeting and we were talking. It seemed like it was a good fit, but what was it really that made you decide to work with us?
It was specifically the way that you guys could tailor messaging for me. I'm more of a numbers guy. And so having people, especially with cold outreaching through LinkedIn, I didn't know how to take that first step. And in person, I'm very good with first impressions, how you dress, how you act, the way you speak, the way you do a handshake. Online, it's very different. And so that means, what is the first thing they see in your profile? What is the tagline that people see, right? And that was what Mike was helping me with a lot. And we're distilling together what is my core service and what's going to get people to be able to message me, right? And really, it's how to leverage my time. I can't be doing all the cold outreach and making sure that I could classify the leads. The fact that you guys were able to do that for me was extremely helpful, and that's what interests me the most.
I gotta say, Hawken's profile is one of my favorite profiles to show people. And when I show them the profile, they're like, well, first off, they're like, that's the coolest name I've ever heard. But second off, they're like, this profile is just. And I remember when we first made it, you were like, I need this to be very, very tailored specifically to M&A folks. And I think we nailed it on the head.
That's right. I agree. Very straight to the point. I mean, private equity is still a very old school industry. And so to break down the walls of why you're reaching out, I mean, these people get reached out to all the time by many different service providers. And to show that we can provide value in day one by, and this was the tagline that you helped me with, Mike, which is we've executed deals over 1.5 billion and we can do it for you, essentially. And that's been extremely helpful to get conversations, for sure.
So yeah, that leads me to the next question was, and you sort of answered my next question, which was, what was the experience like to work with us? But I guess we'll combine the two questions. What was the experience like? If there's anything else you want to add to that, and how has things changed in working with us?
Yeah, experience has been fantastic. You guys took no time in getting things set up, and so that was, you guys worked very fast, helped me set up my profile, and then really helped me understand how the process would work with your technology. And then that was kicked off within a week, I believe. And then afterwards, I already saw how my profile was growing, how people were looking at my profile. And then when I posted, more and more impressions over time, which was fantastic, is what I needed to do. And then what was the second part of the question?
Well, how has things changed, or or perhaps maybe better, any wins you would like to share?
Yeah, right. Well, as I mentioned at the beginning of the call, we are at capacity at the moment. So I'm trying to we've definitely hit a niche, and we've definitely done some good work recently. So that has spread throughout the market in one way or the other. And now we're trying to make sure we can build out a full, or even expanding the team to continue with our success so far. So that's the plan.
I remember one thing too, when we first started, I remember that first week when we launched Hawken, there was like one guy, you BCC'd me on an email back and forth. And it seemed, I don't know if that guy came to fruition yet, but it just seemed like that first week, people were already getting hooked on the message that we were sending out.
Yeah, exactly. That was, if I remember correctly, it was an investment banker out of Texas. He loved what we did. He loved the story. He understood the value in it. He said, "We will work together soon." We haven't worked together yet, but I keep following up with him at least once a month. And it's tricky. It's first for what we do. The firms have to have enough deal flow that they can staff their people fully. So that's their fixed cost that they need to make sure. Then they need to have additional opportunities that seem promising so that they reach out to a resource like me to fulfill that capacity need. And the idea of our value is that no training required. We come, we execute, we leave. No long-term contracts, so people don't have to worry about hiring, interviewing, W-2s, anything like that, severance if it doesn't go well, etc. We just come in, and if they don't like the work that we do, we don't charge, which we haven't had to do. So it's been a great ride, and I hope to work with that investment banker sometime soon when they're at capacity.
I think one thing you shared with me too in the very beginning, and we find this a lot with folks who are in the M&A space, or even like the space where you're doing big deals, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in deals. And you find that when you plant these seeds throughout the year, things happen the next year. Like the seeds that you planted in 2023, you're now seeing come to fruition in 2024. So I can't imagine what 2025 will hold with the seeds that we planted this year so far.
That's exactly right. One of our best clients, I had a conversation with the COO, I think a year prior before we started an engagement. Then the engagement began with some modeling work for commissions and the team to understand their incentive program. And now we're helping them with a capital raise that's going to be in the hundreds of millions range. And so that has evolved over time, and it's a testament to just being patient and first planting those seeds. Then when the seed finally comes to fruition, making sure that you execute well enough to continue that relationship.
So Hawken, the folks here are watching this video right now. They are probably contemplating whether or not to work with Mike and I to plant those seeds, make those connections, have those conversations start, get the meetings, and bring in more business and be more successful like you. What advice would you give them?
Take a leap of faith. It's not, it's for the value that you're getting. It's not a lot of money up front, and give it a little bit of time, and you'll see that it's a very small investment for the great opportunities that it can provide. So take that leap of faith.
Well, Hawken, I know that because you told me just before this call started how busy you are. You're not even taking on any more clients. And so I want to respect your time, but I'm also want to say congratulations for how far you've come in the year that we've known each other, and I can't wait to hear about more and more success as you keep going.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, John.